I'm here with Lydia Sutherland, finally joining me for Alexa's Country Party. Welcome, Lydia. And I wanted to mention this because it's one of my favorite things about her is her songwriting. And she recently was recognized by the Nashville Briefing as one of the top 25 Nashville songwriters to watch. Congratulations.
Thank you. I still can't believe that. Took me by surprise you even said that. I was like, I am on it?
Absolutely. We have to talk about your latest release, Chad. It talks about players, chronic heartbreakers, and troublemakers, which is a contrast to your previous release, Dressing Room, which is powerful, heartbreaking, while Chad is witty, gives big summer energy. So you hit all the marks here.
Try my best.
Try your best. With Chad, where did the inspiration for that come from? Because we all know what a Chad is, but to be so creative to think about, let's put that into a fun song, like, at what point did that hit you?
I honestly saw a TikTok go by being like, it was these frat boys being like, he's such a Chad, whatever. And I was like, spicy. And so I just wrote it in my notes. And then I walked into a room with my producer, Jimmy Thau, and my very talented boyfriend, Aaron Pollock. And I was just like, he was such a Chad. And they were like, what? And then we just started writing the most fun song ever. And when I tell you, it was one of my favorite writes ever. Like, I write a lot, but that one just stands out to me because we just had fun writing it. And it's a breakup song. It's about guys I've dated, 100% true stories. But this one just felt like lighthearted. And sometimes you need that kind of breakup song. You know, sometimes you just need to scream and get it out and just laugh about it. And
I also noticed, too, in the lyric video, you use the varsity letters, this typical football player jerk.
Yeah, 100% that man.
Yep. I also love how you mention White Claw in the Urban Dictionary. Not everybody can be that creative and put that in a song.
Thank you.
Dressing Room, completely different than that. So beautiful, and you're able to say so much in so few words. For example, the mirror just added 20 pounds when I just lost 10, and I guess I'll skip dinner. Wish I was thinner, and these lights were dimmer.
Yeah. That one is a very sad one. I came up with the idea while shopping for CCMAs, actually. Not this year, but last, I think. I just wrote in my notes, nothing breaks my heart like a dressing room. I didn't think that would be like the hook of the song or like what we ended up going with. I just thought that it summed up the feeling, you know, of losing weight, gaining weight, just the body dysmorphia thing. I lost around like 60 pounds, 70 pounds maybe, and I still see myself as that 14-year-old like overweight girl, and I'm just very hard on myself, and that song was kind of like my closing an era, kind of. It healed a lot, and it was very therapeutic to write, and yeah, I'm very grateful that I got to put that out.
Something that lots of people can relate to.
I think so, sadly.
Sadly, yeah. For songwriting and writing something like that and how you're able to play on words and rhyme and stuff like that, like, I don't think I could do that. And I'm from Ontario. You're from Quebec. Some people don't know how French was the community that you grew up in.
Oh, I'm very French. It's actually my first language. Surprise, surprise. I have a French EP out. This is the first project I ever put out. It's out everywhere. Yeah, it's been a big part of my journey, I do have to say. Like, I started out singing in French. So sometimes I like to say I kind of suck in English and I kind of suck in French because I never learned one fully. That's my thing. It's my brand.
So you learned English fairly young then?
Yeah, I went to high school in English, and then I did like all of my like primary school, whatever, until grade 6 in French.
And now you're making a career out of it. Top 25 in Nashville here for songwriting.
Trying my best, part 2.
You're also a big player in so many other people's songs. I've noticed. Every time I'm doing a preparation, I'm like, oh, Lydia's part of that one. Oh, Lydia's part of that one. Boy, I actually saw you as a songwriter first before you came out with your music. Yeah. And at what point, though, do you decide that a song is good for somebody else and not for your own self?
I think if I can hear like anyone singing a song, to me that's not a me song. A song like Dressing Room, I was trying to think like which artist could cut it. It felt too weird and quirky and personal. Like, I make very unconventional, I guess, country music. Like, it's very pop leaning and it's also very singer-songwritery, and so songs like Chat or Dressing Room are just like my sound, I guess. Like, they stand out, and I love that. And also, like, I love sharing my story. If someone else wants to sing my story, I love that. Like, that to me is another healing part of my journey. That's kind of when it clicks, is when I can't hear anyone else sing it. I kind of am like, and I send it to my team to see what they think.
You must have so many people reaching out to you constantly.
I write with a lot of people, yeah. It's like, honestly, like, end goal for me is to write songs. Like, I just want to write songs, and I want to keep releasing my own too. I think, like, I have a lot to say as an artist right now, but I'll always be a songwriter first. Like, that is my favorite thing ever, and honestly, such an honor that, like, people want me on their songs too.
And that you have the talent to actually sing. You got that option too. Do you have like an ideal situation for songwriting?
I don't know. Like, you mean like
atmosphere?
setting?
Yeah.
Atmosphere. Well, honestly, like, we book rights so in advance now that I just recently got signed to UMPG in Nashville. I have the luxury of using their office. And so their office to me is so inspirational. Run into so many like legendary songwriters and you get to hang out with a ton of people. So my ideal setting is literally just there, and they have a bunch of snacks. So
I've seen videos. Well, thank you so much for hanging out, Lydia. All the best. Check out Dressing Room and Chad. She's going to be putting out, I'm sure, a lot more. Just stay tuned to her Instagram. I hear everything there first, and the next thing you know, it's actually released. So she doesn't mess around and waste time.
I try my best. That is the quote of the day, literally.